Hi, this is Kimberly Bibbins for Video Blog 3. I also have Simon here on our talk for Neo-Evolution. Neo-Evolution is a social theory that attempts to explain the evolution of societies by drawing on Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Neo-evolution is mostly concerned with long-term, directional evolutionary social changes. This thinking emerged in 1930 from thinkers like Julian Stewart, Leslie White, and George Peter Murdoch. Leslie White's argument to neo-evolution is that technology is the most important driver. MakingAnthropologyPublic.com. The first argument is that technology is an attempt to solve the problems of survival. The second argument is that this attempt ultimately means capturing enough energy and diverting it for human needs. Next, societies that capture more energy and use it more efficiently have an advantage over other societies. And finally, these societies are more advanced in an evolutionary sense. If we look at these arguments and apply them to our society now, living in the United States, we have a pretty complex and mostly efficient infrastructure. Changing how we rely our energy has helped our society to evolve. The movement to solar energy use has lessened our reliance on fossil fuels for electricity, which has lessened the amount of blackouts and brownouts we've experienced in this country. A brownout is caused by a state of poor power quality, in which a utility may reduce line voltage in order to deliver more electricity to meet increased demand. A blackout is a complete power loss affecting many electric users over a large area for an extended period of time. YourEnergyBlog.com. The blackout will usually occur because of a storm or if someone destroys an electrical box. A brownout occurs mostly to conserve energy. Living in the 21st century, this doesn't happen often, but it was a typical occurrence prior to 1980. Solar power is the conversion of sunlight into electricity. This is done by using solar panels, which are large flat panels made up of individual solar cells. This method developed out of the oil embargo in 1973 and the energy crisis of 1979. Wikipedia.org, solar power. The clear benefits of this technology is that we are using something from nature to fuel our society in a positive way. The greenhouse gas emissions of solar power are so much lower than the fossil fuels that are currently being used. Solar power falls within the range of 22 to 46 grams per kilowatt hour, as opposed to gas, oil, and coal, which range from 400 to 994 grams per kilowatt hour. Since solar energy is not available at night, storing its energy is an important issue in order to have continuous energy available. Solar power is a variable renewable energy, meaning that all available output must be taken when it is available, and either stored for when it can be used later or transported over transmission lines to where it can be used now. In order to accommodate solar power use, when the sun goes down, concentrated solar power plants use thermal energy storage to store the solar energy in high temperature molten salts. How cool is that? These salts are an effective storage medium because they are low cost, have a high specific heat capacity, and can deliver heat at temperatures compatible with conventional power systems. Wikipedia.org, solar power. The drawbacks for this technology is that it took way too long to be introduced into Africa, a continent whose sunshine concentration is only rivaled by Australia. What I mean is that they have more hours of sunshine per day than locations further north and south of the equator. And that means us. With the advancement in this technology, the whole continent could rely its energy needs on solar power alone. And it wasn't until 2013 that strides were being made in Africa to push solar power options. Wikipedia.org, solar power. This leads into the moral and ethical implications of neo-evolution. We allow a group of people to flounder while others flourish when this is a benefit for society as a whole. We cut someone else's quality of life down by withholding a technology that should be accessible to everyone. I think that there are only benefits to us continuing this use of this technology. Fossil fuels are being used up at an alarming rate, which prompted us to look into other arenas in the first place, like wind and water, and obviously solar power. We need to ensure that if one day electricity goes away in the sense that we use it now, we can use these elements to continue and keep evolving in our society.